Yeah, it's still Friday, the 12th of April. I already cleaned off the deck, all the rust off my notcher, and blew all the crap out of the inside of the cabinetry. This is the main gearbox. Years ago, this thing was converted to grease versus gear oil, and I cleaned out all I could of the old grease without pulling the gearbox and removing it and chemically cleaning it out. I think what I'm going to do up at my farm, I've got several tubes of John Deere Cornhead grease. If you're not familiar with that stuff, it's very specific. It is a grease but liquefies when in motion. And looks like I pulled out just regular old EP2 grease out of this gearbox, which is probably what it was. And the seals on the flywheel, the connecting rod, and the clutch, there's 3 seals on this gearbox. They could stand to be replaced, but looking at the gears running in grease, it's done just fine. And the Cornhead grease is even a better grease. So I think that's the effective way to take care of this thing. It had slung some grease out of the old seals, but not enough to cause me a lot of concern for the amount of use that it had. Back when I had my factory, the employees were terrible about turning on the machine and never turning it back off during breaks, lunch, overnight. The foot pedal has got a big old kick in it. I got to take that apart, put it on my press, straighten that thing out, get it lined back up right. They nailed it with a fork truck. Sheet metal, same thing. It's all dinged and dented. I remove the panels and flatten them back out, reassemble everything, missing a few screws. All in all, a serviceable machine. This needs a little attention. Since the cabinetry was still basically intact, I didn't find much evidence of cement, dust, and sand in the business end of this thing within the cabinetry. Clean it with mineral spirits and blow it real good. It should be fine. Then re-lube everything, all my linkage pins and all that. So not terrible. And the grease option is just fine. It's not worth the expense to change all the seals. It's probably 150 worth of seals if I can find them. I've got a real good seal and bearing place here in town, but we're talking seals probably standard size or not. You just never know. And Cornhead grease, John Deere Cornhead grease, is a very prudent solution. And the gears running a standard EP2, I don't see any wear on them, so not too bad. So it won't take me long at all to restore this thing. And I think I'll just put a plug on the end of the cord, and where I plug in my big bandsaw, it's 230 volt 3-phase. I'll just put a twist lock on this cord. Might have to lengthen the cord depending on where I put the thing. And when I want to use it, just unplug the bandsaw, plug in the notcher. That's the simplest solution by far. I might put it here in this area. I'll play with it, see where I want it. Don't want to block my bandsaw. But yeah, nice little addition to my shop down here. And Jared asked, well, what are you going to do with it? I said, well, if I had a shear and a press brake, I could make trays and such. And Hobo Freight has a hobby level machine that is a shear and press brake and roller, I think. I'll have to look at the catalog again. And I'll be using probably 22 gauge material, so it's nothing heavy. And yeah, give me something to do. And again, this thing will never lose value as long as it'll make a notch. It has value. It's just finding a buyer who wants it. But anyway, that's all for this one. Thank you.